let's say it's your first recall and you have 700 gold. What do you buy? Well, you have options, but you could use this guide I made here, go to 700 gold and buy a Cull and a dagger. Oh, you don't have that much gold, you have less, no problem, you scroll up, you have 500 gold, Cull and a health potion. Oh, I have like 1100 gold, not enough for a BF sword. What do I buy? When you scroll down, you buy something from here, right? Here I give you two options. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Starting with a couple things I need to get out of the way because they're so important, right? First, this assumes we start Yuntal, right? Yuntal right now on Jinx, in my opinion, a lot of people say this as well, we can all agree, Yuntal is just the best first item on Jinx, right? Not because the item itself is good by itself. No, if you want better early game, you could go Kraken Slayer, Collector, of course. But Yuntal is just better, you scale so well with this, it's insane gold value, it's amazing, right? The bad part is the build path. If you see here, if I remove my webcam for a second, Blog Sword, BF Sword, Slingshot, it's not the best build path, is it? Right? And because of this, we have awkward positions where, hey, if I'm at 700 gold, you could say I buy double longsword. Right? Double longsword. In our case, there's no double sword in the build path. And while you could buy double sword, the second sword could go into an LDR or something. In my opinion, it's much better to make use of Cull. Right? And now we go over Cull. Why is Cull so predominant in this build path? Look at that. There's Cull everywhere. What's happening? Is Cull OP? Well, because Yuntal doesn't have that much impact at the start of the game when you buy it, unlike Collector, Kraken, and so on, it's like delaying it a little bit and playing to get two items faster, which Cull does, right? This item allows you to just basically get like, what is it? Like 170 gold for free when you sell it or something like that. You just get that for free. And it helps you out in the early game because it gives you attack damage as well. So you just delay your first item slightly, which doesn't matter. Yuntal first is not that impressive. But you get your second item, third item, fourth item, everything faster because of it. And it allows you to get out of awkward situations where your gold is very awkward in the early game. Because you have Cull now and Longsword, which is 70 attack damage, which is enough to farm under turret easily. Turret shot hits caster once, you hit the minion once. You don't have to hit it twice. It's way easier to farm. You get more gold. You get your second item faster. It's amazing, right? So let's go over this now. I'm gonna do this like basically every 50-ish gold. I'm gonna tell you what to buy, and sometimes there are gonna be a couple more things to talk about. But let's say we invade and we die. Oh, I have 50 gold. You buy a potion, of course. We buy a potion, right? You should buy potions. They are giving you HP early game. It's good. Oh, I have 150 gold. You buy refillable. Refillable is honestly very amazing. It's very cool. But one thing here, let's say you died and you didn't use your potion. You still have your potion because we assume you started Doran Blade potion, right? That's what you start level 1. You died and you didn't use your potion. Do you sell potion for refillable? No, don't do it. Save your gold. You have 150, 200 gold. You have a potion already. Just don't buy anything. Trust me, no problem. Just, you don't need to sell your potion. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay. 250 gold. Here is the first time we have options, right? This here, Stealth Ward, I put it in the middle to signal the fact that you could buy what's on the left of it or on the right of it. You have two options, basically, right? You could buy a dagger or could you buy a refillable, right? Usually the first choice is what I would do. I would probably just buy a dagger. Unless, you know, I'm in a harder lane, I had to recall or I just died with 250 gold. It's probably tough. I'm probably going to buy a refillable stuff. You know, just buy a refillable, it's okay. Especially because, another important thing to mention, most of the time you want to buy attack damage before attack speed. Very important. So important. Like it's so important, right? And speaking about that, also, you want to buy components for a Yuntal instead of boots early most of the time. I'm not a very big fan of buying boots early. That's why a lot of the times I play with slightly magical boots or whatever you call them. The rune, you know, there's a rune that gives you the free boots. If you have that, whenever you see boots, you just replace boots with a dagger, right? Or if you see boots and a potion, you replace the boot with a longsword, whatever, right? So if you have magical boots, don't worry about boots, you never buy boots early. But even if you don't have that rune, and you go getting Storm Absolute Focus, like I do right now, actually go for that. It's not a bad idea to buy tier 1 boots. I feel like they're valid. I prefer to buy attack damage first and attack speed first, rather than get my boots, but it's up to you. But what's really important is that you don't buy tier 2 boots before you finish your first item. That's very important. In my opinion, tier 2 boots are just not great on Jinx before finish first item. It really isn't, honestly. Trust me on this one. They're giganers. They're not that good anymore. Alright. Now, 350 gold. Luckily, there's a longsword. Very nice. 400 gold. What do you 400 gold? Where you buy longsword and a potion. Because, hey, we can buy anything else. So, if you already have a potion, I advise you to not buy 2. I really don't buy 2 potions. Very rare. I don't think you need 2 potions. Because especially if you're in a hard lane, it's like you're not going to have a potion left over, you know? So probably going to go buy 1. Right? So, yeah, you know, like don't overspend on potions. And another thing here, let's say you have 425 gold. Do I buy a control ward instead of a potion? No, guys, you're an ADC, you don't buy control wards. Do not buy control wards on ADC, please. Some exception against Twitch, Evelyn, maybe, but no, don't buy control wards. Your items are the most expensive in the game. Don't buy control wards. Thank you. They are just a bait. You're an ADC, it's not your job. Your support is supposed to buy control wards in ward and stuff. You only ward with your trinket, which hopefully you use. You should use your trinket for sure in early game. It's your job in the early game to ward, but not buy control wards, okay? Now, 450 base is amazing. Cull. Cull is a great item. It's basically a second Doran sword. It's Doran blade, whatever. Helps you out early game a lot, a ton, right? It's 500. Cull and a potion. Amazing sustain. 550, there's nothing really. If there's nothing in these gaps, by the way, just go above 1. 550, you just buy Cull, potion, whatever, right? Now, 600. This is where things start to get interesting because all the examples here are like, you don't really recall with this little gold most of the time. You usually recall with like 800, 900, 1000-ish on average, right? So on 600, you could go Longsword Dagger, which is the most damage right now you could get. But, you know, let's say you're in a harder lane, right? Or a lane where there's not that much interaction, don't need the extra power right now. You could just buy a refillable, right? You could just go refillable potion and Cull. It's gonna help you. It's gonna finish your Cull faster, no problem. Here I would say up to you, both are correct. Consider if you need early power right now to fight, or if you're okay to just get some extra gold and so much sustain, why not? 650 longsword boots. If you don't want boots, you have slightly magical boots, or you just don't want to buy boots, you replace the boots with a dagger and a potion. Right? We could actually just add this. Right now, why not? Right? I just didn't think about this situation, I guess. You could just get longsword, dagger, and the potion, right? You can always do this. Alright. Look, we have options. Cool. We can always do things like this. Actually, I think I made a... No, never mind. I thought this is the same. Okay, no, perfect. Never mind. This is good. Yeah. We can do this as well. 700. Cull, dagger. Right? Here again, instead of dagger, you go Cull, refillable if you wish. Up to you, really. But personally... You know, if you can buy dagger, why not? Just go for it. 750, very, very similar to above. You just add the potion here, right? 800, Cull and longsword. This is 800 territory is what like most people start to have, right? 800-ish. This is a very standard base. I usually like I just go Cull longsword most of the time. Remember, as an ADC, especially on Jinx, you have so much attack speed from your Q passive, your actual passive, little tempo, alacrity, right? So it's better for a DPS and farming in general to just buy attack damage early game as soon as possible, right? Cull Longsword is also amazing. You can farm at the turret. It's great, right? But there's an exception here. This blue trinket here signals not an ore, but a situational. If enemies have Soraka, okay, You can buy Executioner, that's fine. You can do it. If you think they have too much healing early game, you can buy Executioner. I don't think it's bad. It's great, especially because second item, you can just go straight into Mortar Reminder, and you're good to go from there, right? But most games, no, just go Cull, Longsword. Good job. It's an amazing buy. This is very standard, it's very good. You need to get used to Cull Longsword, because it's what you're going to buy most of the time, unless you can afford BF, which are going to go over soon. 850, Cull Longsword Potion. 800, the same thing. 900. But 950, Cull Longsword, refillable. Now you have refillable again. Refillable and Cull are just great early game items you want to buy whenever you can, of course, right? 1000, the same thing here. 1050, instead of refillable, you could buy dagger, right? If you really think refillable helps you more, do it, but I advise to just buy dagger. Why not? You get stats. This also gives some sustain anyway, it's fine, right? 1100. Here we have the option of buying same as above, but a potion, or you could go for some boots. If you want boots here, go for it. I think it's fine, you can get boots. Most of the time I don't, but you could. If you don't want this, you go boots, up to you. It literally doesn't even matter that much. This is important, Cull Longsword is important, other thing, whatever. Some people are going to say boots are always better, movement speed is OP, some people are saying nah. You get Yuntal faster if you just buy dagger instead of buying boots, but again, up to you. Now, this is where it gets interesting. 1200 range. This is very controversial. It's like, man, here is like, I'm depressed. I need 100 gold for BF sword. What do I do? Well, in my opinion, you should just buy Cull, Longsword, dagger, and refillable, right? You should just buy this. This is great. It's a very good start. You get attack damage enough to farm the turret. It feels good. You get some attack speed as well. You get refillable. It's very good. Many small items. It feels great. Don't be too sad that you can't afford BF. This is also great. Gives you stuff. It's good, right? But now, what if I have 1250 gold? Do I spend 25 seconds? Because hey, gold is a resource, health is a resource, but time is also a resource. Do I spend some time to get some extra gold to buy BF? Yes. But now, if you have 2240, do you wait? Do you not? This is basically my personal opinion, but you should never wait more than 50 gold in Fountain. It's bad, you lose minions, you lose tempo, you might not be on Drake on time, who knows what could happen. So many things could go wrong. So never wait more than 50 gold in base. Trust me, if you're 1240 when you recalled, automatically go buy this and leave as soon as possible. Don't even think about waiting for this. Honestly, I would say you could even not just wait 20 seconds. You have 1260, you don't even have to wait for BF. You go this, if you think it's important to be back in lane faster, do it, right? But at this point, I feel like it's fine to wait a little bit. Cool, and then of course if you have 1300, you buy BF, of course. That's unfortunately, you have to buy BF sword. Yuntal build path needs to change. I actually have something funny to show you here. Yuntal build path, you look on the screen like that. Guys, look, Yuntal build path. This is what Yuntal should be, in my opinion, but it's not, unfortunately. But oh well, right? Until it is, we have to stick with the BF sword. Now, sometimes you have a ton of gold, and you can buy BF plus something else. Let's say you recall 2000 gold. I recall with 2000 gold. What do I do, Tony? Well, you buy BF sword, and then your leftover gold, which in this case would be 700, you just buy whatever it says at 700. You buy this and this, and you leave. Goodbye. Good. Amazing, very fast purchase, because a lot of people, I feel like they waste too much time early game buying stuff. You want to be back in lane as soon as possible, right? So this will just help you to buy everything very fast. And it's going to make you get more resources overall in your games, which is very amazing. Cool. Another thing I want to talk about is this component called Scout Slingshot. It costs 600 gold, goes into Yuntal. Should you ever buy it? No, you really don't want to buy Slingshot. Always buying attack damage is better. If you have 600 gold, right? I let's look at 600. I recommend Longsword Dagger or Cull refillable. I never even mentioned Slingshot, because Slingshot, in my opinion, is just not great. It does not help you at all. You just deal more damage if you buy a Longsword by itself than if you buy Slingshot. It's insane, okay? It's just crazy. Cool. And last thing I want to talk about is the second recall. Let's say you recall and you buy Cull. You recall with 500. Okay, you're forced to recall early. You buy Cull potion. Your second recall, you recall with 700. And it's like you look at 700, we have Cull and Dagger. Oh no, what do I do? Well, when that happens, you basically like downgrade Cull to a longsword. Instead of buying Cull this, you buy longsword Dagger or longsword boots because you have more gold, right? You could kind of mix and match things as you go, basically, right? You can just replace an expensive item that you already bought with something cheaper, right? That's what you can do. But it's usually not a problem because, again, most of the time you just recall with this amount of gold or BF sword, right? You never recall when this happens. But if it does happen, just keep in mind, no problem. You have long swords, you have daggers you can buy, you know, it is all good. Or let's say you recall first, you buy a long sword, you leave, then you just can't buy long swords anymore. Well, instead of long sword, you just buy an extra dagger. It's all good, right? Daggers are good for boots, are good for the slingshot eventually, Yunta, right? Don't be afraid of that. Cool. Hopefully this clarified some things. Yeah, tier 2 boots are a bait before first item, remember that. And that's basically it. Take care, everyone.